I'm David Lombardo for AINtv. We're talking about expanding Asia market, and we're going to board this beautiful Global Express to find out how charter operators are meeting the demand. I'm here with Chuck Woods, the CEO of Jet Asia and the chairman of the Asian Business Aviation Association. Chuck, tell me a little bit about what's happening in terms of the demand versus the supply for the charter business in Asia.
Well, Asia is really picking up, David. We've seen this over the last few years. After the economic crisis in the late 90s, when a lot of the business aircraft went away, people now are wanting to get back into the game, and lots of new players into Asia. A lot of people with interest in Asia. We're seeing that daily there are more charter requests than there are aircraft to cover that.
How are you ramping up, or what are you doing to meet the tremendous demand then?
Well, we see demand from a couple different perspectives, David. One is our local market in Macau, which you probably know is really on fire with casino expansion, and the other is our charter business in the region at large. We've been operating 3 airplanes, as you know, for the past several years. We're growing the fleet by 7 new airplanes. 6 Hawkers and an executive airliner. We'll take the first Project Phoenix airplane, which is a CRJ 200 conversion, comes early next year. So we're excited that we're going in the right direction. We'll be putting those airplanes in the right markets to satisfy.
Are people showing an interest in actually investing in it?
Sure they are. You see a lot of the major business aviation brands are coming and making a home in Asia. Particularly in Beijing, Hong Kong, Singapore. Hong Kong and Singapore, I think, are 2 of the hottest and fastest growing markets. So the industry is paying attention, and they are taking a look at what the Asian business decision makers are saying. But it's not just the people who are living in the region that are finally catching on to the fact that business aircraft are effective tools for productivity. But there's a lot of multinational presence, as you might imagine.
Are we seeing an increase then of, for instance, charter operators? Is the number growing?
The number is growing. The number of units is growing, but it's simply not there yet. We believe that you could add another 100 aircraft easily, and people would be flying full airplanes.
Is it mostly within the region, or do we have a lot of going in and out of the region too?
It's both. There's a lot of Asia to Europe back and forth. A lot of Middle East. A lot of multinational movement there. Intra-Asia, even though the commercial airlines are quite reasonably priced and they've got good schedules, you still can't get to a lot of places that you want to get to. Some of the more remote places in China, remote places in Southeast Asia. So there's more intra-Asia movement than we've seen in the last few years.
As chairman of ASBAA, what is the Asian Business Aviation Association doing from a regulatory perspective?
Well, at the Asian Business Aviation Association, we've got a government affairs committee. That committee is finally being rounded out to have representation in all of the markets. We're still a very young organization, and it's taken us a little while just to get our structure and our bearing. But most of the Asian markets, the Asian countries, are represented by members. Easiest, probably most accurate to say that rather than mounting a lobbying effort, we'll go in with local representatives who know the authorities, and they just they pitch an awareness to what we're trying to do with business aviation, what business aviation, what the industry is trying to do.
We've been talking with Chuck Woods, CEO of Jet Asia and chairman of the Asian Business Aviation Association. For AINtv, I'm David Lombardo.